right, guys, you're welcome. This is Russ Taff.
Nothing can separate, even if I ran away.
What do you guys think?
Your love never fails.
It's kind of a Christian John Cougar Mellencamp, the old days. This is a new album.
You have new mercies for me every day. Your love never fails. You say the same to the ages. Your love never changes.
Stokey, right?
Rain in the night, joy comes in the morning. And when the ocean breaks, I don't have to be afraid, because I know that you love me. Your love never fails.
So Russ Taff with 2 F's on the end. Check him out on Pandora or Spotify. Get his music. It's totally awesome. When I first became a Christian, he was a thing. My wife turned me on to Russ Taff, and he came out with an album recently and some remake of some songs, some new songs, and totally awesome. Russ Taff, stoked up. Okay, here's video number 6. Are you ready? Here's the phrase, the Ebert Factor. So Tim Ebert is a guy that showed up at a church I was pastoring here in Ruidoso, and funny, he wasn't a Christian yet. He had grown up as a Catholic, but he had never really made a personal commitment to Jesus. And so he starts coming to church, and our church was in this transition of being a traditional church and being able to reach some non-traditional people, to say it like that. So here comes Tim, and he wears shorts to church, man. I'm going, I like this dude. He's stoked up. He reminds me of my friends. He's cool, and he was wiry, man. He was all over the place. He always wanted to do stuff. He would jump in and fix stuff, and just amazing guy. And then he goes on this mission trip. He thought the mission trip was here in New Mexico to a native reservation. And he thought, okay, I'll go on the trip. It's a long story. He would have to tell you that. But he thought, okay, I'll go make money on it. Well, you weren't making money. You actually paid money to go on the trip. So he goes, and this lady named Amy Lurix, here's what happens. Long story short, she takes Tim with a couple other people, I think, and takes him into the chapel out on the reservation and says, Tim, we're about to get on a bus. And if you got on that bus and you died tonight, would you go to heaven? And Tim starts weeping. He starts crying. He goes, I'm so sorry. I'm going to give my life to Jesus. And he gets saved right there in that chapel. The next day, he got baptized at Elephant Butte. The guy is a ball of fire. God baptized him with the Spirit. He's a preaching machine. He shares Jesus everywhere he goes. He loves people. He'll hug a tree, man. If he saw your car and he thought your car needed Jesus, he would lead your car to Jesus, give it a great big hug on the front end, and then he would baptize your car. That's Tim Ebert. The guy's stoked up. He's awesome. He became a friend, then became like a best friend, and he's so representative of so many people around us. He's just a loving guy. He's like a blood brother to me now. I love him. He's amazing. And everybody needs a Tim Ebert in their church. Now, here's the thing. One weekend, we reached a homeless guy here in Ruidoso. The guy's name was Scott Schultman. And Scott, for 4 days, took us to the school of homelessness. It was an awesome class that weekend. I didn't understand things about being homeless. Last time I was homeless, I slept in a van in South Florida. Anyway, it wasn't exactly the same. But Scott is here, and then next thing you know, Tim is, we're taking him back to Sheltman. We're taking him back to the Greyhound bus station to put him on a bus to go to Pittsburgh, South Pittsburgh, because we wanted him to reunite with his family rather than to stay out here in the Southwest. We baptized Scott. It was an amazing weekend, of Easter of 2016. Stoked up weekend there. More to come on that later. But We get to the Greyhound bus station here in Ruidoso, and the bus pulls up, and I notice that Tim, he goes over to the bus, he opens the little side door that flips up, he starts getting all the passengers' bags, and he starts putting the bags in. I've actually got a picture of this thing. I'm standing there going, what is this dude doing? This dude is like, are you a Greyhound employee? Are you okay? Is there insurance for this? I mean, what are you doing? You're just stoking up a Greyhound bus? Serious, dude? Next thing I know, I'm going, man, this guy serves everywhere he goes. He shares Jesus everywhere he goes. And he is one stoked up, encouraging, motivating person in his life. And he's had such an impact on me and so many other people. And I want to encourage you because this video is called the Ebert Factor. And the Ebert Factor is this. You got to light a fire in your heart, man. You got to wake up every day with some passion, eagerly serving other people, sharing Christ, and realizing there is a purpose in your life. I watched Tim. I discipled him for a full year. Took him to the coffee shop every Thursday at 7 a.m. He would meet me there, and I worked him through the circles. I worked him through 4 things that are fundamentals. I've helped him learn how to preach. I've just done all I can, but the guy is exceeding me. He's so far beyond me. He's amazing. I'm trying to keep up with him. I try to follow him because he's an amazing servant of God, and he's getting married to a wonderful lady named Jane Montez. Man, God's about to stoke something up for these guys, and through these guys, it's going to be awesome. I'm just glad to have a front row seat to the grace of God. Well, listen, the Ebert Factor is this: serve and share with passion. Now, a little more Russ Taff. That's video 6. Love you guys. God bless.